So, what's the problem? Well, came across the problem soon after I became a parent, some 11 years ago. I was in the supermarket in southeast London where I'd grown up. I was with my new boy Freddie. He was just one. He was sitting in this metal trolley, sucking on an Ellie's organic pouch coming out of this piece of plastic, and there was all these horrible fluorescent lights around and the beeping noises of the tills, 30 tills strong. And I looked around and I suddenly realised this is a big problem. This was completely unsustainable, and consuming like this was going to cause damage to the planet and possibly my child's future. So I tried to come up with a solution. The solution came across in a TEDx talk, actually. It was all about permaculture. This idea of these three pillars of people care, earth care and future care, creating a design process that you could apply to many things, but mostly it's applied to growing veggies and creating biodiversity while growing food. So what I did was I moved from London and I came down to here in Kent, lovely the Garden of England, and started a whole new life growing seasonal organic food without the use of chemicals and without any plastic packaging. And at first this was a bit of a selfish act. I'd previously been a tree surgeon in London, and I just wanted to find this new life for me and my family and grow some nice veggies. But what I found was that the tree waste that was such a problem in London was now part of the solution, and that I could take this tree waste and I could turn it into soil. I could turn it into compost. I could actually grow veg with the trees. And this became a real moment for me when I started to look into the possibilities of creating my own food using waste products, and the finding a positive solution to the problem that was the stuff that I had to get rid of at the end of my working day. And as it progressed, things went on. I learned how to grow year-round food using polytunnels, but and outside on the beds using this lovely compost, this waste stream. And I started growing more food than I could eat. Before you knew it, I'd sort of created an abundance that I could go and sell to local restaurants and retailers. And I started to come down out of the trees. I returned to earth. And this really continued to grow into this idea that we could involve community in this act of growing food, and that we can grow food as a community, building biodiversity, reducing the need for any chemicals and pesticides, reducing the need for plastic, and really build a whole culture around the act of growing local food. I started Rebel Farmer as a brand and as a way of inspiring and involving people to, especially young people, to get involved, to understand where their food comes from, and to look at small scale farming with a little bit more seriousness. We talk about, we see these big farms and we go, well, we have to feed the planet, and they use lots of petrochemicals and pesticides to do that. But actually, we don't need to feed the planet at all. We need to feed our community, and we need to protect the planet by relocalising the food system. So my call to action really is to look at that idea of growing food local and carbon free, and look at the possibilities of carbon free distribution and building biodiversity as we grow as a community. To ditch the supermarket and to build biodiversity and put carbon back into the soil as we grow. And this is totally possible. And the best way for you to do it and for you to get involved is to start sourcing your food locally. Start looking at seasonal produce and the importance of that. Just by making those slight changes in the way that you consume and where you get your food from and how that food is farmed, you too can make a difference, and we can all look at small-scale farming to feed our communities and to possibly build a more positive and biodiverse future for our children and for the planet, for all the children. So yeah, just buy locally, ditch the supermarket, and let's all support local and small farms. Thanks very much.